One of YWCA Hartford Region's signature programs is YWLC. This program offers essential life skills, leadership development, career exploration, and advocacy training for young people ages 14 through 18 within the Hartford region. We work in partnership with Capital Workforce Partners and other generous donors. This podcast and future episodes will help spread love and awareness about the beauty of what our young participants are gaining.
I'm Riley. I'm 16 years old.
I'm Chloe. I'm 15 years old.
I'm Sumaya. I'm 14 years old.
We are special guests of Studio 135, and today we are here to share a couple of our experiences and favorite memories. And yeah. So our first question is, how did you go into the legislative building, and did you like it? Yes or no?
I liked it. It was fun seeing all the memories and what goes on in it every day.
Yeah.
I liked it as well. My favorite part was meeting Ned Lamont. Ever since he visited my old school back in 3rd grade, I've always wanted to meet him, so it was very nice getting to meet our governor.
My favorite part is definitely going to the different things inside the legislative building. So I like seeing most of the statues. The statues are very beautiful. And I love how our tour guide explained to us just little details of why the color of the statue is that way, why it means this, certain meanings behind the statues. So that was my favorite part. That's why I loved it.
Oh, I also liked when we made a wish on the chair. It was the oak chair, and when our tour guide told us the story behind it, that was down to earth. I liked it.
I like that too.
Okay. Yeah. So our next question is going to be, what is the advocacy topic for this year, and who are you advocating for?
So I'll start first answering that question. So we are advocating for Black and brown teens around mental health because, it's really important, especially in these times. And we wanted to focus more on the teen group, our age group, because I feel as a lot of our age group is looked over. We're very, looked past when it comes to certain things. So I feel it was very important to be able to focus more on teen mental health.
Yeah, I don't know if you said this, but we're also advocating for mainly Black and African American teens.
Oh yeah, Black and brown.
Yeah, Black and brown teens around Connecticut.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. Especially around Connecticut.
Yes.
Especially because
Hartford.
Yeah, we would want to help our own state first before we, go bigger. So, yeah.
The next question is, what did you learn about advocacy?
Okay, I guess I'll start. What I learned about advocacy is that when you advocate for something, the meaning of advocacy is you supporting something and going around and spreading the idea of what you believe in. So, for example, if I believed in more funds for a certain school, I would be advocating for that to different people, workshops, or if I wanted to, the legislative office. That's advocacy. Me personally, what I learned about advocacy is that it's very important in this time because with everything going on where there's laws being passed and everything that's going on, especially in Hartford, we talked about the crime rates and everything, it's very good to advocate for schools, more community helpers around the place because not a lot of people are eating, and just stuff around that area, mainly just Hartford.
So what I learned about advocacy is that kids are very influential. She started off by making it known that we're not the first to do this. So with the Civil Rights Act, kids were literally putting themselves in jail to fight for getting the law passed of just free job. What was it? Segregation being just abolished.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just that, and also the Crown Act. the Crown Act still is not passed in multiple states. So she told, like, Miss Shania, shout out to Miss Shania, she gave us like a backstory that kids have been fighting for it and even brung it to Congress and that whatnot. But I definitely think that just her setting up that just path of knowing that kids before us have fought for things they believed in and making it known that we can do the same. I thought that was very like nice of her and beautiful for her to do. So what I learned about advocacy is basically that kids can do anything they put their mind to, no matter how young you are, no matter how old you are even. You can do anything you really put your mind to as long as you have the passion and the drive behind it. So, yeah.
Yeah, back to like what you said that it could take like a small group of people to start something big.
Right.
And that was like kind of like our goal to make it big and make it known that like teens are like facing like bad mental health and they struggle with it, especially like here in Hartford, all the violence, and it's like really taking like a toll on them and how they see everything.
Yeah. So I know we've been talking a lot about, how what's going wrong in our state, but some solutions I definitely think make more like there should be more teen events targeted towards teens. Like teens, you see a lot of teens at the malls and we're getting kicked out. We are getting kicked out because we're full of energy. We're with our friends or with our family, we're just full of energy. And I definitely think there should be more events around Hartford just targeted towards teens. And it would help a lot of teens get out of the environment they are in. Because a lot of us teens are subjected to, violence because there's nothing for us to do. CT is a very small state, so nothing really goes on here. So I definitely think that implementing a lot of more just, teen events like community days. Like I know I go to community days with my family and we have a ball every time. So I definitely think that just having more events targeted towards teens will definitely be a very good help.
I also feel like, just to elaborate more on what she said, violence is like a very big thing when it comes to teens, and it's not exactly their fault. Like Hartford, for example, Connecticut, there's, as she said, there's not a lot to do. So we are very, like, it's kind of pushed onto us to like, oh, do this and do this and do this, when we really just don't know what to do. As she said, we're very full of energy. So when we don't know what to do, we just go and act a fool, which is, like I said, is pushed on us a lot. So I do feel like that Hartford should have a lot more events and stuff like that. I forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah. And especially when we do have events, I feel like most of us go there and do act a fool. And I really advise people to please not go to the West Indian Parade and fight. Like, please don't bring the violence there. I really don't have time for it. I just want to come there. We just all want to come there and have a good time. No one wants to look around them and just see fighting and violence. Like, that's not what we came here for. So Hartford is supposed to be community. Connecticut is supposed to be community. We're not supposed to be going against each other, especially if we're already a small state. So I don't think it's needed or necessary.
But yeah, back to like what she was saying, that teens like growing up in Hartford, they feel like they're like forced into doing like what they like see growing up. So like all the violence, they feel like they have to go back and like do it so that they fit into like the Hartford like category. Right. But I don't think that's like needed, especially like all like the we have events like the fireworks, like parades, and they bring that violence to that, and they mess it up. They mess it up for everybody. Yeah. Like the people who are trying to have like a good time, hang out with their family. Yeah. They mess it up. And it affects just like not only them, but like their whole community that they grew up in.
Right.
It takes like everything away from them.
Right.
And also one more thing, I do feel like placing police at every corner is not the answer. It can help solve it, but that's not the answer to it. I do believe that the real way to dig deep into it is to try to understand where teens are coming from.
Yeah.
and look deeper into what's causing this, why is this happening, and what can we do to help it, instead of just placing police at every corner, because that's just going to make it worse. That's just going to make them feel more violent and more prompted to fight back against police. So
Right.
I do believe that placing police at every corner isn't really the answer.
Right. Okay. You could say it.
Okay. Our last question is going to be, what's one message you can leave with the teens of Connecticut that struggle with mental health, and a message for the adults as well?
So I think to the teens, if you grew up in a household that don't believe in the mental health struggles and how it can affect them, find somebody at your school or one of your teachers, your counselor, talk to them, and they can try to get you help. Even if you don't think you need the help, it's always good to have that support to back you up. Even adults, find somebody that you can trust and talk to, and that would make you feel way better, knowing you have someone to back you up and support you no matter the steps.
Right. I feel because what you said with having a household that doesn't really support that aspect of, supporting teen mental health or just mental health in general or believe in it. A lot of teens are afraid to go to school and ask for help because they think it's corny or they think it's just not really what everybody does. But it is so important to do that because, we kind of want to talk to people our age, and I get that, but it's really sometimes the older people that have that wisdom and have that support that you need, and you should not be embarrassed at all to go out and ask for help. It's really what we need nowadays, asking for help. We cannot do stuff on our own at this time at all. It's not what we need to do. We need to stick together more than ever. So I definitely think asking for help is what you really need to do. Just go out, ask a mentor, get a mentor. Anyone can become your mentor, your own friends. So I definitely think that just asking for help is important.
I agree with what they said. It's not corny. And if you have someone else around your household that's not household, but if you are hanging around someone that has poor mental health, if you can't be that guide for them, it's not snitching to go to a trusted adult to help them with their situation. But a message for the parents from me is to look after your child. Even if you don't believe in mental health, you can be saving their lives. If your child isn't coming to you and telling you hey, I feel this way, it's okay to ask. Right. Asking if your child is okay every now and then, or maybe even every day if you have the time, can be beneficial, even if it doesn't seem like it. A simple okay to anyone in your community or the people around you can be beneficial. It can save a life. It can help someone brighten their day. It can make someone a better person. So just ask if people are okay. It's not corny. It's not bad to ask. Just ask. Don't brush it off. Don't just say oh, you'll be fine. That's a very common response. Right. when it comes to parents, because they might not have that support system when they were growing up. Yeah. So you should be that support system for your child. So right. just ask. Just ask. It's just a simple question.
Right.
Especially back you up, even not if they don't want to ask, just make sure make sure your kids know that you care about how they feel and what's affecting them. So so they could come to you, know that they're safe to talk to you and that they could trust you with any how they feel.
Right. Of course. Right. So one favorite memory that I definitely had is when we would all be upstairs and our song everyone knew would come on, and we would just all start singing it. It was so loud to the top of our lungs, especially Miss Cheedy who was singing into a random object and just yelling to the top of her lungs. But that was my favorite because it was no matter what, we could vibe with our advisors. It didn't matter the age, nothing. We just all was yes, we had our moments where we not agree with our advisors, But when it came down to it, we could have moments like that where we just all just break out into a song and no one even look at each other crazy. We all just were singing. So that's my favorite moment.
So my favorite moment was like on the way back to like the YWCA, like after the trips, the field trips that we have, especially the one coming back from the news station, and just how everybody got along. They started like everybody was like included and like they were singing in a song, like freestyling it, and how they included everybody. That was like, one of my favorite moments.
One of my favorite moments was just recently. It was just last Friday. Not everybody participated, but the people that did, it was very like it brought back my childhood. We were those rainbow parachute things. We did that. We went under it. That really brought back some like really nostalgic feelings, like some childhood memories of mine because I haven't done that in so long, and it just brought the joy out of me. It was just really fun. But yeah, shout out Miss She. She was very like she was our best. She was our support system. She was. I think she's in the same generation as us, so she would understand a lot. She didn't really sugarcoat anything, but she made sure we were okay. She's a very good advisor.
Yeah, and she definitely knew how to put her foot down at times too. So that was needed. But yeah, we love Miss Sheedy. Yeah. And with the parachute, the rainbow parachute, what was funny is Miss Uniter did it too. Like,
she did.
Got up under that parachute too and was so happy and giddy, taking videos of everything. Like, y'all just had to see it. It was
very fun.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Our favorite moments. Okay. Our last topic is our workshops, which, when you hear workshops, you think, these are boring, boring workshops. No, these workshops really helped us. Definitely will be remembered when we're older and will lead us to become the young woman we are going to be and old woman we are going to be. So starting off with Miss Cheedy's presentations. So with Miss Cheedy's presentations, let me tell you, when she started off, we were like, what is this series? Like, we were very, like, what is going on? But guys, these series that she did definitely helped us. Like, she started off with professionalism as one of her topics. And she talked about how, like, how us as women, we're expected to wear, longer stuff, or we're supposed to talk a certain way or be a certain way. And how is the world is just that way. You just have to come as, in business casual or a pencil skirt or a blouse. And I think it was very important for her to say a lot of those things because we would have went to interviews looking any kind of way. So I definitely think it was important for her to say a lot of what we should be doing to work towards being professional. So yeah.
Yes, definitely that. I'm not sure if I'm able to get too into it, but she also gave us a presentation on stuff that sometimes isn't taught in schools.
Yeah.
So that's a good way to learn. Like, if you're not being taught something in school, come to Miss Cheedy. She'll
hook you up.
She'll hook you up. She'll tell you.
Right.
Yeah, especially back to the like the business casual, like with the speed networking. Like, if it wasn't for like her like ideas of like the outfits, like the business casual, some people would have put up in like sweatpants and hoodies, and would have like made us look like we weren't like good at like teaching like how to do.
Yeah. Pajama pants.
Yeah.
Anything.
Like, and she also gave us like her contact information to see if like, oh, is this good or is this good? Are these pants good? Are these shoes good? So she wasn't like just telling us, she was trying to help us as well.
Yeah.
So we could have reached out and asked her questions. And so we still have her contact information. She still gives it out occasionally. So yeah.
You can tell she's passionate about what she
to
help
like,
us.
Really like so helpful.
Yes. Thank you all for tuning in today for today's episode at YWCA Hartford Region. We are part of YWLC.